Giving you that real shit. We don't do no acting. Legend like I'm Will Smith. I'm the man in the booth. Speaking facts, but it's like they can't handle the truth. Man, King Kong ain't got shit on me. They going ape shit. I'm the one like Neo in the Matrix. You ain't on my level and you know this, man. Ain't nobody come to see you, you like, oh, this man. I live my life a quarter mile at a time. I hit the gas on them. Incredible like the Hulk, I'm finna smash on them. They see my hunger, no, it's not just a game. Really fighting for my life, are you not entertained? Two thumbs all the way up. 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 Up, 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 up. All the way up. Up, 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 up. All the way up.
2, 1.
Yeah!
Welcome to the Two Thumbs All the Way Up podcast, where we talk about life and movie because life is a movie. It's your boy, Ayo, it's Joe.
And Mario Ronaldo Garcia.
And behind the camera is Javier Ortiz.
Yo, don't say my name on the podcast.
Javier Ortiz. Today's episode is
boxing movies.
Let's do that again.
What's up?
Let's do that one more time.
Today's episode is
Boxing
and there's a lot of movies out there, but we're only doing the top 5. But there's so many to watch. Some of my personal favorites that it just didn't fit. But it's one of those movies that's very inspirational, right?
Yeah.
The topic, and I think that the movies are what actually made boxing better. I feel that if it wasn't for those movies, I don't know if boxing would still be at where it's at today. You know, movies like the Rocky in the 80s, and actually that shit goes back to the fucking 70s. And I think just like the promotion of it was just what put boxing where it's at today, in my opinion. You know?
Oh yeah, and it helps immortalize certain fighters that I wouldn't even know. Like, we're going to number 5.
Let's go to number 5.
Yeah, like I would have no idea who James J. Braddock was without Cinderella Man.
And nobody does, you know. And Cinderella Man. And then the dude, what he accomplished is crazy. Aside from just boxing, right?
Yeah.
It's like today's fucking boxers, like Ryan Garcia, he talks about being I'm depressed, have anxiety. It's like you're a champion.
Yeah, you're a champion.
Give up the fucking belt then if you know.
Yeah.
Like you depressed about having a bunch of beautiful women, a lot of shit ton of money.
Yeah, money,
being a fucking champion.
Yeah, dude goes on podcasts with Mike Tyson. He's like, I'm so depressed, bro. Like, dude, Tyson's fucking his mom like died when he was like fucking like 17 or something.
Yeah, you know. So you got a guy like Cinderella Man, where he was trying to put food on his family table. He didn't know how the next check was gonna come out, and boxing saved his life and his family. Yeah. But at the same time, he also went to fucking World War II.
Yeah,
right?
he served in the army in World War II. Taught people fucking hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah. And then came out alive.
Yeah.
And then went and built the fucking Verrazano Bridge.
Yeah, dude's just fucking. I guess he was just built. I don't know if he was built tougher because of the times he was.
Definitely, the time was just. It was a whole different situation back then. They weren't getting paid tons of money like how they are today, you know. So right now you fucking you break your finger, you got everybody, all the best doctors looking at that finger. At that time, you break your finger, yo, you fighting or not? Because we could give this spot to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm fighting.
I'm fine, yeah. Dude had to. Well, I mean, I guess it's true. He did actually build up his strength just from working as a longshoreman, like moving bags of like materials and shit.
I mean, he was probably doing that shit for 12 hours. Ain't much training you could do. Any breaks, anything. He was probably shadow boxing, and then on his off time in the gym and shit. But yeah, like you just said, that was one of the actually I didn't even know his name. I just knew him as Cinderella Man.
Cinderella Man.
I didn't fucking look up his name now. So stuff like that, and I'm pretty sure with other sports like UFC, now that's getting more popular, there's gonna be some great movies coming along.
Oh yeah, it's only a matter of time. I think I'm sure Conor McGregor's gonna get one.
Oh, he should.
He's gonna get a movie.
He should definitely get
He's
one.
gonna get a movie. Tony Ferguson, if he doesn't get a fucking movie, there's no justice in this world. Alright?
I'm pretty sure he'll get one too.
I heard he's gonna play Michelangelo in the next Ninja Turtle movie.
They should. I can see that.
Yeah, you know what? Because it's a rat race, but he's not a rat. He's a turtle.
Number 4 on the list is a good one.
Oh, $1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Who was I can't remember the actress's name.
It's the same girl from Freedom Riders.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the same girl from Freedom Riders. Yeah.
And Clint Eastwood directed that movie.
Yeah.
I think he wrote it too. Right?
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's a
so.
pretty good director.
Yeah, man. He got some bangers.
Um,
And then like, it's a story for those that don't know. It's a story about a female boxer, and just when it comes to female boxing, they don't get any hype. They don't get anything. So they don't get paid well.
Yeah.
So just to have a movie based on them and look at their world a little bit was pretty interesting.
Yeah, because like I feel like if you're a woman boxer, like you're not fighting for the paycheck or for the publicity and
For the passion.
Yeah, you just love the sport,
Yeah.
Like Clarissa Shields, she was like arguably one of the greatest women's boxers to ever put on the gloves, and she's not making Canelo money.
Yeah, and you know what? Cause with certain sports, I get the whole thing with why it's not equal pay. So like for example, like soccer and stuff like that, where they're just all over the world, there isn't as much competition, and men boxing just generate way more eyes and way more money. So that makes sense that the dudes make more money there. So I thought the same thing when it came to boxing with the women. It's like nobody's really watching like that. But it turns out that Clarissa Shields in her last fight in boxing got more eyes than Adrian Broner's last fight. So she had way more views than he did. But he's getting paid millions of dollars to fight, even though he's washed up. Even though he fought, I think he lost like his last 4 fights or something like that.
Yeah.
He's still making more money than, not even arguable, the best female boxer right now. Actually, not arguable, but who's undefeated, and is the champ in the heavyweight division, right?
Yeah, well, she fights at 165.
I think 175. I think is the heavyweight in females boxing.
And
But at the very least, if you're not gonna have her be the main event, you could easily have her be on undercard for Canelo.
Yeah.
And I really want to watch, because when it comes to like fighting, the female is just as entertaining as the men, like in the UFC. So and they promote it and they do everything right for the female in the UFC.
Yeah, exactly.
And you have rock stars like fucking Amanda Nunes and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
But when it comes to boxing, they don't have that, and they just don't give a fuck. They're like, oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
And-
it's the same shit. Like at the end of the day, it's like you're getting cracked by another person.
Yeah.
Who's the same weight and height as you.
But the
Generally.
female boxers have gotten a lot better, man.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah.
That Mexican girl was super bad.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, bro, she looks really good.
Yeah.
Or like Amanda Nunes, she got a belt in 8 different weight class. If you compare that to men boxing, the only boxers to ever done that was Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
So they definitely got legit fighters, and it's sad to see them have to transition into MMA world where they get a little bit more respect.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah, I'd rather see them. I mean, that's cool to watch too,
Yeah.
but I'd rather see them, they're boxers, and I want to see them as the far as they could push it, the limit that they could push it in boxing.
Yeah. Well, Clarissa Shields, did you see her MMA debut?
Yeah.
Yeah, she did well, man.
Oh,
You know,
she
She moved over to MMA?
Yeah. she's,
So are they making more money in?
Oh,
in-
yeah, they
in,
make
like
way
UFC than they
more
are
money.
boxing?
I don't know about way more.
no, they make way
Yeah?
more money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even comparable. Like,
Mm.
she wasn't. She made more money doing one MMA fight, like, than she did in most of her boxing career.
That's fucked up.
Like outside of the Olympics and shit.
So the women are making more money transitioning over to MMA,
Mm-hmm.
but the men in UFC are making less money than
Yeah,
professional boxers.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
think.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's one the UFC hasn't been around as long as professional boxing has. So.
Nah, it's Dana White.
Yeah, yeah,
What's up with that shit?
No.
That's a $1 billion corporation.
Yeah, like they generate the views to pay them what they need to pay them.
Oh, yeah.
You know. But yeah.
But I think when you look at Clarissa Shields and her like the way she performed in her first MMA match, like you could tell she was put under a lot of pressure, man. Like she got taken down in the first round. I think the first 2 rounds she kept getting took down, and she bounced right back from it. You know?
Yeah, she was. She just kept her cool.
Yeah, she kept her
She didn't
composure.
panic, nothing.
So I think.
Yeah, she won. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
She
she's
won
gonna.
by TKO.
Yeah, TKO.
Yeah. And Amanda Nunes also transitioned into MMA, and I think she has 2 fights, if I'm not mistaken. And she also won both fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you're talking Amanda Serrano.
Oh yeah, Amanda Serrano.
Almost.
Amanda Nunes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Amanda Serrano, my baby.
Your baby. Yeah.
I'm
Yo.
gonna get her pregnant.
That's what's up.
She's Puerto Rican from Ridgewood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, have you guys heard of the Bare Knuckle Boxing League?
I heard about it.
That
I heard about it.
they-
It just, to me, is like, that's pointless. Just put the fucking gloves on. Like, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's lighter, but it just slices you the fuck up, you know?
Yeah. They have this. Their main boxers right now that they're trying to build the whole organization on is this girl like Paige Van Zandt. She used to be in the UFC, and she got cut from the promotion because she kept losing fights. But she's very pretty. You know, you look at her, you're like, yo, she could be a model. You know, if she wasn't a fighter. So she got signed for like $1 million to the Bare Knuckle Boxing League.
I know a guy personally from the that competes in that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's on my Instagram picture. I don't know if you saw it, but it's some big, like 6'8" motherfucker.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he sparred with the dude that I sparred with today, with Ryan.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah. So
Oh,
he
damn.
competes in that shit.
Oh, that's dope.
That's why, like, every time he spars, he doesn't even put headgear on and shit.
I mean,
He's like,
yeah.
yeah, if you're gonna do
Bare
fucking,
Knuckle Boxing.
you put gloves. That's an upgrade.
So,
you know?
yeah. No, they were. It's crazy to think that this whole promotion is building their brand around this girl. You know, like I don't think that would have even been in a promoter's head. You know, like 10, 20 years ago. Like, oh, let's find this woman fighter and just build our whole promotion around her. You know.
Yeah.
Like, I think it just goes to show, like, as far as the MMA world and stuff outside of boxing, like, I think that there's a future for, like, women inside those sports, yeah?
And I think in boxing too, like, I think there's no reason why there shouldn't be a future for a female that wants to take boxing seriously. It's just the rules that set up, the promotion fucking sucks. And I think it just has to do with, like, dudes like, hey, nobody's gonna watch it. Nah, people watch it.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah, dude, if I see 2 chicks fighting in a nightclub, I'm gonna watch that.
I would love to watch fucking Clarissa Shields a main event fight and just go and watch that shit.
Yeah, you know, and they should make the rules, because she even complains about
Yeah.
it. Yeah, she, like, in women's boxing, they do 2-minute rounds, 10 2-minute rounds.
Yeah.
She's like, no, if we want to get paid the same, then, like, she has no problem. I'm sure most women
She's an
boxers,
athlete, yo.
Yeah, don't have a problem with it.
Yeah, like, just fuck, she's in more shape than most dudes.
Yeah.
You know, even boxers.
Yeah,
You know?
so I'm pretty sure, like, it's not the women saying they don't want to do that. It's the men who made the rules are like, well, we got to make it a little easier. Like, no, I think that, for sure, if you tell all the women boxers right now, hey, we're changing it to 312s.
And UFC, you know, started blowing up within, like, the last 20 years. And they're more to modern time. But I'm pretty sure that the boxing rules that they have for the females in boxing has to go back probably to like the 50s or some shit.
Yeah.
And the way it was to do it, like, oh yeah, you know, oh no, give them 2 minutes, don't give them 3, you know?
Yeah, they can't
No,
box for 3.
I think it wasn't until recently that, not that long ago, that professional women used to have to wear headgear no matter what.
Oh, really?
And it wasn't until a couple years ago that they stopped doing that.
Well, Layla Ali wasn't wearing headgear, so.
But it's not that long ago where they had to wear headgear no matter what.
Oh, that was
They
the
were
recent
like-
thing. That's probably, at least within the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that, I think the bigger that woman, or the better woman doing MMA, I think that's going to end up, the boxing world is going to see that and think, because at the end of the day, these people just want to make money. And they're realizing, like, oh shit, people will pay to see women, like, beat the shit out of each other. You know?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I just want to watch 2 people, like, punch each other till someone fucking falls asleep. I don't give a fuck if it's a man, a woman, non-binary. They want to put on some fucking...
No,
Let's get some kids up in there.
Get some fucking... Yo, in Thailand, they got their 7-year-olds elbow each other in the fucking face.
How do you feel about like your kid boxing? How would you feel about that?
Yo, that's safer than football.
Like professional? Like
No, like, just let's say you have an 8-year-old son that wants to box and compete. How would you feel about that?
I don't think I'd be cool with that.
I'd be cool with it. Like, yo.
That's a tough one. That's a tough
That's
one.
a tough one.
Yeah.
But I feel the same way about football though.
I
don't think I would.
Football's way worse.
Yeah, boxing's probably. I mean, football's probably worse.
Yeah. Cause like you
Yeah.
gotta think you got like these dudes torpedoing their fucking body. Like
Yeah.
Like at the very least, it's like once you get good enough, you're not gonna get punched that fucking often. You know? Like you would hope eventually you're gonna like, learn to slip a fucking punch. And if he really enjoys it, I think there's a lot of good life lessons that come from doing combat sports that you don't really get in other sports.
I don't think I would object to letting them train, but I don't think I would want them fighting if I had a son.
Yeah, I mean,
or even my daughters. Like I wouldn't want them fighting.
I'd probably want to see where he's at before he wanted to compete.
You want to know if you got a champ? He's a champ.
Yeah, well, I wanted at least like. I would make him do it for at least 6 months first. Like, look, after 6 months of training, I'll talk to your coach, and if your coach says, "Hey, no, I think you should compete," then I'll do it. If the coach says, "I don't know, man," I'm like, I'm not gonna compete.
I'm just saying, there's a lot of difficult ways to make money, and there's a lot of easier ways to make money, and I think there's way more easier ways to make money than getting punched in the face professionally.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't seem worth it to me.
Yeah, but if they just got a natural talent.
But that's because you're using logic and shit.
Yeah, logic. I'm pretty sure Deontay Wilder could go to college and become a fucking scientist if he applied himself to it.
Puedes pegar aquí en la pancita, o aquí arriba. 1.
Muy bien. Vamos a la pausa después de ver este gran golpe. ¿Estás bien, taquero?
5.
Deontay Wilder en la casa.
Se acabó.
señores.
Deontay
Gracias.
Wilder acaba de destrozar al taquero.
But he could knock people out with one
Well,
punch.
there's some people that just meant to get punched in the face, bro. There's no way around it.
The truth is, like, since we're talking about movies, the most interesting stories about boxing in movies is always the guy that needs to box.
Yeah.
Like, it's never the guy who went to school, graduated college, decided he was going to be a doctor for a couple
I don't want to watch
years.
a movie about Logan Paul and Jake Paul. You know what I'm saying? I want to watch a movie on Ricardo Mayorga.
Yo, fucking go!
I want to watch a movie about a guy that's boxing, and if he doesn't win this fight, it's a wrap for him.
Yeah.
Like Deontay Wilder, he fought or Luis Ortiz. They fought for their daughters. They didn't have much options, and they took boxing. Was that guy Beltran, the Mexican dude?
Carlos Beltran.
Yeah, was literally fighting for fucking citizenship, and he wanted to stay in America, and he ended up working his way until he finally got the belt, became a champion, and then he lost it the next fight. Like, I'm good.
I got that green card, homie. Let's bring that to our third one.
Go ahead.
Southpaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that was a good movie because that was more realistic movies than all the other movies, like the Rockies, where the dude's just throwing fucking haymakers like 20 fucking times, and then the referee's not stopping the fight. This dude's head is just going bang.
Yeah.
Like, yo, who hired this ref, bro?
Yeah, this ref just like, if he dies, he dies.
So with this one, it was a little bit more realistic with the form.
Yeah.
The way he was slipping punches, and also things that they don't show in the boxing matches, like afterwards, like there was one, I think it was this one in Southpaw, where he was like, he had like sunglasses on the next day, because the light was fucking him up, and then he was having trouble like walking up the stairs and shit. I believe it was this one. So like little things like that. Also kind of like a behind the scene with the boxer and the promoters, and how they showed when he was winning and when he was at the top, how everybody was on him and swaying him and everybody celebrating him in the locker room. But then when he lost, he was just by himself and he had to like figure shit out, and having like a fucked up promoter just taking his money. Where something like that happens, in I'm pretty sure in the UFC also. But in boxing, we have famous promoters like Don King,
Yeah, the fucking goat.
fucking goat.
You know what, man? You can say what you want about Don King. When he was around, those fights were getting fucking made.
Yeah. You could go back to Muhammad Ali days. There was no ducking nobody. It was, Joe Frazier, and he fought. And at that time, it was a lot of money. It was like $5 million You know, at the beginning of the 70s, that like in the early 70s, that was a good amount of money. And he made sure that the customers, us, we were getting the fights that we wanted to see, and we paid big money to watch them. And now everybody's ducking everybody and this and that. They don't want to fucking L. Like, definitely Floyd Mayweather, I think, was worse for boxing than fucking King Kong.
Yeah. You know, but I think that was kind of the cool part about Southpaw too, you know. It kind of showed how after he lost, not only did he just lose the fight, he lost everything. He lost his mansion. Dude had to move back into like a small apartment. And like, it's true, no one gives a fuck about you once you lose. It only takes like 1 or 2 losses for people to be like, oh, he's washed up. Whereas before, you'd see fighters, like, I'm pretty sure Muhammad Ali's took in at least like 5 losses or something, right?
Yeah, he got 5
Dude,
losses.
fucking Mike Tyson has 6.
Yeah.
You know, like,
To be fair, that was like later in their career though.
But at the end of the day,
He only lost 1 in his prime, I think. It was Joe Frazier.
yeah. But like, if you're gonna
That was
fight,
in his prime.
if you're gonna fight, you're gonna lose. You know,
Yeah.
eventually. You know, and I think that now because of like social media, if you take even 1 or 2 losses, you know, people have like that short memory, like, oh yeah, see, this guy's washed up, he can't box. It's like, no, that's what happens when you fight the best in the world. You know.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, all these fucking, you know, you have the Ryan Garcias and the Tanks and, you know, the Spences, the Crawfords, all scared to get rid of that fucking 0 just because like one guy came out of it unscathed with a 50-0 record. You know.
I don't think the 0 loss thing matters as much as people think. Like I think about Mayweather. Let's say Mayweather would have fought Pacquiao when they were both in their primes, and Mayweather lost. I don't think anybody would think that Mayweather's still not one of the greatest boxers ever. Like Muhammad Ali, everybody loves Muhammad Ali now, but I don't think they would have loved.
But
him
Bernard
more.
Hopkins, I personally put him in the top 10. He got like 8 losses.
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah, you know, like come on.
Yeah, that's what happened. Like,
Look at Masvidal.
yeah,
He got
Masvidal was like
50 fucking losses, yo.
and he's got 15 now.
Yeah. So they need to cut that out with who's gonna lose. You know, like when you got 2 of the best strikers in the world, somebody's gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna look good against other lesser opponents, but when you put the top guys, Canelo didn't look so good against Triple G. You know.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You just gotta put it out there. You gotta risk it all. And then you look at Ali. He was in. He lost his license. And he took years off in his prime, and he came back to fight the best boxer in the best heavyweight boxer at that time. And yeah, he lost. I mean, he took a couple of years off, you know.
Yeah.
But it's all about taking a risk. He actually has a good quote about that, about taking chances in life. I forgot how it goes, but it goes somewhere along the lines where it's like you're not gonna achieve anything unless you take a risk. So.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think a lot of these boxers, I think that...
Who do we love today? We don't love Ryan Garcia.
No.
We don't love Tank. We don't got love for Mayweather either. We got love for Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Why? Because he was thinking about fucking killing himself. He's like, you know what? Let me go back into boxing. And he went up against the hardest puncher of all time, Deontay Wilder. And he got knocked down, got back up, and that's what makes the movies great. When we watch Rocky and stuff like that, we compare it to life, you know?
Yeah.
People
The battles and bruises.
People can relate to that.
Yeah.
People can relate to getting knocked down, having to get back up when you don't want to. They can relate to someone who wants to quit and wants to end it all. Nobody can relate to being perfect.
Yeah.
Nobody. So the undefeated record to me means squat. Like.
And the boxers that we admire today, like Canelo, say what you say, like he goes out there and he puts it all out. Like he wants legacy, you know? Triple G, even Deontay Wilder. This dude just beat the living shit out of him. And he's going back.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck it, you know?
That's what I like about Canelo though, is like he loves the sport so much that he's conscious that he has to put on a good show for the fans.
Yeah.
Like he's not just there to protect. He knows, we gotta fight. Like we can't just be dancing around the ring. Like he's got to put on a show. And
because if you take some of the greats like Sugar Ray Leonard, Roy Jones Jr., they could have developed the same style that Mayweather had. They had the speed for it.
Yeah.
You know, they had the reflex for it. And they could have just made a boring fight and just win on points and not take a risk throwing a really solid punch where you might get clipped. And no, they could have just, done that little shuffle, and they didn't. This guy wanted to go in there, embarrass the other dude, knock him the fuck out, and entertain everybody. And then we got to admire that.
Yeah, for real.
Well, also, like certain battles that I feel like they could just make movies on certain fights or certain situations. Like if you guys go back to watch, what was it, Ali versus Frazier Part 2? Yeah, Part 2. They just finished the 14th round, and I forgot where the fight took place. It was somewhere fucking hot as fuck. I think it was like in the Philippines, cause Muhammad Ali fought in Africa. He was fighting in the Philippines, world champ, and then it was all hot, and these two dudes they didn't have any more. Like 14th round came, and they both went down to their corners. And then Joe Frazier just sitting down like, fuck, I'm done. And then Ali's like, fuck, I'm done. And then they go and they ask him, hey, are you guys got one more? Like, you guys gonna go? And then Frazier's just like looking at Ali, and then Ali's like, I don't got nothing, but fuck it. He gets to the middle of the ring, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that Frazier, I don't think got up. But or maybe they did a round. I'm not sure. I just know that Ali passed out. Ali fucking passed out in the middle of the ring. Yo. That's literally giving it your all, man. Yeah. So Ryan Garcia, I got anxiety. But then he doesn't have anxiety to go fight a fucking crackhead.
No, he didn't have anxiety because he didn't follow through. He gave up against the crackhead.
Son.
Yo, that's wild, dude. That was some bullshit. Look, if you're a professional boxer and you call out a fucking crackhead, you either beat the shit out of him or you leave him the fuck alone.
I can agree with people ducking other boxers, right? For a certain amount of time. If you want to, get the experience and keep going up and moving up, then yeah, you duck people. There's certain mistakes that boxers like Fernando Vargas did against De La Hoya and Trinidad. He wasn't there yet.
He could have been.
He could have been.
Yeah.
And he could have been way better fighter. But he went in there, and I give him props for the heart. He fought a good champ, and he took his belt, and he fought a legit champion. Took his belt, and then went up against Trinidad, got demolished. And if he would have waited, but I feel like once you're at a certain level, once you get a belt, like you can't really
you can't duck
anybody.
yeah.
So you gotta like decide before you touch that belt, wait it out. But once you grab that belt, you have a belt on you, you can't do that shit anymore.
Well, once you got that belt, you got a target on your head.
Yeah,
everyone's coming
you at
for
the top. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't be ducking this guy and this guy. Nah, you want that guy's belt.
Yeah, and everyone, I think that's the thing that you'll hear about fighters when they get the belt. It's like the scariest experience because now all those guys want to fight you. There's not one dude who's scared of you anymore.
Yeah.
When you're coming up and you're this young, vicious up-and-comer, people are kind of trying to duck you because they don't want to take that L and lose their chance to fight for the belt.
Yeah.
But once you have the belt, everyone wants to fight you. Everyone's analyzing all your moves. They're watching all your tapes. They're probably buying your fucking fights.
And a guy like Ryan Garcia, yeah, I'm gonna keep shitting on him. He does not have nowhere near comparison to Manny Pacquiao, right? Manny Pacquiao went and fought Marquez. He didn't have to fight him 4 fucking times. He went in there. He went for the knockout and got knocked the fuck out, put to sleep. He risked it all, and that happened.
Yeah.
He came back after that. He went and he kept on at it. He went and fought Keith Thurman, snatched his belt. He fought Keith Thurman. He's fucking 40.
Yeah.
Took his belt, and now he's fighting Spence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's the shit that this generation needs to fucking do.
And everybody will always love Manny Pacquiao.
And
always. Nobody will remember that he lost. They'll remember that it was a great fucking fight.
And you can't get embarrassed more than the way he got knocked out. You know?
Yeah. Dude, people thought he was dead, man. So
Yeah.
I
He's
had
out cold.
Yeah, I had a friend who was actually at the fight.
I think he was dead, bro. I think like the dude died, went to heaven, and then Jesus was like, yo, should we keep him? Nah, come on, he got I want to watch the fight.
Yo, he still needs to fight Mayweather.
Fuck it, yo, take him back.
Take him back. Not till he fights Mayweather. Yeah, he said that the whole stadium was quiet when he got cracked at first because they thought no one knew if he was still alive. So then when the doctor went in and he started like moving a little bit, everyone's like, ah,
Because he went limp, right? It was like, bloop.
Yeah.
Like he just like his arms were under his body, his feet were pointed like flat
And
out.
then like the memes was like, it was Simba like that. Wake up. I'm like, fuck, man.
They did one with Mike Tyson's Punch Out where he goes. Oh man, that's messed up.
Oh, it's fucking wild.
All right. Yeah, man, that shit hurt me, man, when I was like, because I didn't even watch it, bro, because I thought he was just going to run through Marquez. Because this was Pacquiao at his prime, and I'm like, Marquez is older. I don't think Marquez has a shot. He couldn't take him out before. He's gonna knock him out now.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there were signs. Did you see how buff Marquez was?
They motherfucking with Juicer, bro. He was shredded, and he's older, and he's hit harder.
Dude, he broke a fucking one of those little
speed bag.
Yeah, dude, he fucking blew that shit up with an uppercut, and no one questioned.
Hey.
Whoa! Is this motherfucker on some shit, dude?
Yo. You really thought like Pacquiao was just gonna blow out Marquez? I thought it was like none of those fights were just blowouts. They were competitive.
Yeah, but this time it was a different Pacquiao. It was Pacquiao is running through Cotto, Margarito, and he just got that confidence. And this time around, Marquez is older, you know. So I figured that now that Pacquiao's hitting his prime and Marquez is a little older, that I thought he was gonna run through him. He dropped him in the other fights. He dropped him 3 times in one round. He dropped him in the second fight. So I figured this time, you know, after watching him knock out Ricky Hand like that, I thought he was gonna run through Marquez. And I forgot what I was doing, but I didn't get to watch it. And then I go the next day, and then I'm talking about it, and they're like, "Yo, that's crazy. Did you see that? I can't believe Marquez knocked him out." And I took it as a joke. I was like, "Oh, yeah." And then they keep on talking about like he knocked him out. Like I was in denial. Like there's no way. I put ESPN. I was like, "What the fuck?" But hey, that's part of the game, man. He went in for the kill.
Yep.
It wasn't a lucky punch. He cracked him right at the perfect time.
Yep.
I saw videos afterwards that they practiced what he did, like in the gym. That was planned.
After 4 fights, it's a sparring match. It's a sparring partner.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's about execution, though, right? So you
Yeah,
can
that execution.
practice.
Well, then he had to do it. He broke his fucking nose in the first round.
Yeah, he was getting his ass beat that fight.
Yeah.
He dropped him with that punch, and then he got back up, and then Pacquiao I think dropped him, and then he went for the kill and got knocked out. But like it's funny because like how we're so attached to like these movies or just boxing where, you know, I'm watching 2 fighters. I'm not related to them. I'm not friends with them.
Yeah.
And I'm over here getting fucking nervous. I don't know if that happens to you guys.
Yeah, it does.
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's nervous. I get nervous when it's a fighter that I like.
yeah, that you root for. It's like, oh, fuck. Like, when he's in there and they're announcing it, you get nervous.
Yeah.
Like, you're fucking fighting. And then, yo, it fucks with you. Like, if it's... I don't know if you ever had a favorite boxer or a fighter that just got demolished.
Yeah.
That shit makes me depressed, bro. Like, when Pacquiao got knocked out, I was sad, bro.
I tell you when that happened to me was when Cotto lost to Margarito.
Bro,
that was-
let's not... We're not talking about that one.
Yeah, but
Let's not-
Margarito was just the better man that day.
Yo, get the fuck out of here with that shit.
But you want to talk about fights that will make great movies?
That's one right there.
That fight and the comeback.
Yeah.
That,
Did you
like-
see the face off? Like the
Oh,
tension?
Well, first of all, all right, everyone's saying that he had some shit in his gloves. First of all he had in those gloves were those fucking big ass Mexican machines, baby. Those fucking cement blocks.
Yo, that's fucked up that you could, like, just with your regular hands, you could kill somebody. With cement blocks. You know what I'm saying? He should never be able to fight again.
First of all, he did that as a handicap because his hands were heavier. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for him to keep his hands up. That's the problem. Cotto had lighter hands. He was able to move around. Fucking Margarito had to carry these cement blocks as a handicap.
Yo, I remember I was in a ghetto ass pool place in Brooklyn, and it was nothing but Mexican dudes. These are like some hardworking Mexicans that, you know, when they're off, they getting fucked up in this pool place, and they end up fighting with their boys and shit. It's like little mini bar fights and shit, and they go hug each other and they leave, right? That's the type of pool place I was in, right? So I go in there, I'm like, yeah, Cotto's just gonna run through this dude, and then I'm in there and he's whipping Margarito's ass, and then the later rounds, he's coming. I'm like, fuck. And then the fight ends. This is Miguel Cotto, the first time he ever loses. And the way he lost, like, he just bowed down. He had, like, blood coming out his face, his kids and wife crying.
Oh.
And I'm like, fuck. And now I got here these Mexicans celebrating. I'm like, motherfucker.
We over there.
Saying fucking, what is it, Lanchera and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, mother. So I just had to, like, walk out. And me and my boy just walked out, like, fucking depressed, man.
Yo, man, that's the one time where you just gotta pull the black card, bro. Like, I didn't even pull.
So then a little bit after that is when Pacquiao started moving up on weight, took out De La Hoya, started taking out all these Mexican dudes and shit. Oh man, I went back to that pool place. I will go watch the fight at another pool place, right? And then I'll come to the pool place where the Mexicans coming out and just Pacquiao, execution and just running through. And then I'm like, oh shit, it's over? Oh fuck, I missed it. Who won? Pacquiao. And then they leave to the next one. Oh fuck, who won? Oh, I missed it. Man, Pacquiao, like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, let's go. But Cotto got his revenge, and they should make a movie on that fight.
That would be a good movie.
And then it was a good moment where Margarito's eyes is shut. He can't continue. The doctor. It was hilarious, right? Cause Margarito had a Mexican trainer, right? And the trainer doesn't want to stop the fight. And then he's like, yo, how many fingers I got up? Tres. He's saying tres for like every answer. Tres. The dude's like this. So then the doctor's like, nah, enough is enough. And then that's when Cotto just stands in the middle of the ring, just stares him down. I like, yo, that was a good moment.
Yeah.
So they should make a movie on just those two fights.
Yeah, but that shit was wild too, because when he's like, why? I don't understand. Why are you stopping the fight? This dude's fucking blind.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? I kind of like when he goes back to the locker room and then you see Cotto's wife just hugging up on him, and then he's like, I don't want you to do this anymore or whatever. Cotto's like, this is all I know, right?
Yeah.
And then she's just hugging up on him when he lost, right?
Yeah.
And then when he won, she's celebrating with him. And then when Margarito loses, did you see his wife?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm like, damn.
Yo, mama mentality, alright? That's
His wife wasn't even looking at him, right?
Yo, smoking hot wife that don't give a fuck about him. That's the after you got the money wife right there.
Yeah,
And yo, she was just on the phone texting, and he's like in the locker room like with like blood and shit. I'm like, that two different. So Cotto had his wife like since high school before like he blew up and everything. And you see the fucking difference.
Yo, you know what? This is what happens when you get rid of your handicap. All right. If they make the movie, it should be about the hero Margarito decided to fucking
Take the villain Cotto.
Take the villain Cotto. He said
the villain Cotto with his skills.
That's all. He's like, all I need are these hands of stone. And his trainer's like, oh, so you want me to put cement in the gloves? He's like, yes, of course.
and what sucks is like they caught it with Cotto and stuff like that, but all the other dudes that he ran through that nobody ever talks about, like Citron, there was another Puerto Rican boxer, and I think he was undefeated when Margarito took him out.
Oh,
And
I remember that.
Yeah, so he went on a fucking hot streak, Margarito.
Well, Pacquiao beat him before Cotto got his rematch, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so now we're going to number 2, and we can't talk about boxing films and not talk about the best, one of the best, or the fucking Rocky, bro. Rocky, all right.
Oh, where's Rocky Balboa?
Well, all right. So this is the last one.
Yeah, it's number 6.
Yeah. All right. And yeah, this was a great movie. This is once he's washed up and hard work, dedication, and a lot of fucking steroids.
Yeah.
Motherfucker like 60 and just had a solid ass fucking six pack.
Because that's the fucking American way, baby. Look at fucking Captain America. All right, look, what's his superpower? Fucking steroids. All right, fucking Sylvester Stallone. Steroids.
That's it.
Fucking yokes, man. You know what? I think that this movie has inspired a lot of these legacy fights. Because I think a lot of these boxers saw Rocky Balboa at like 60 go up against the current heavyweight champion, and they saw that and they're like, you know what?
You can really do that, man. You can really do that.
You can really do it.
I got
Oh, the greatest speech.
Yo, and nothing but bars, bro.
Yeah.
Put that shit on.
Give me a second here.
Yeah.
Bars.
Never threw a fucking jab in his life, right?
Yo,
No, what?
jabs are for the weak.
Dude, jabs are for not for movies.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
That's right. Tell him.
Very mean and nasty place, and I don't
He needs
care
to talk to
how
Ryan
tough you
Garcia.
are, it will beat
Yo,
you
for
to
real.
your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or
Oh,
nobody.
dude, they need to make this to a
gonna
meme.
hit as
Ryan
hard as
Garcia's
life.
face is like right there.
But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How
No,
much
no. that's on bars, but it's about not getting hit and hitting.
Now, if you
Not
know
with
what you
Rocky.
want, now go out and get what
This
you
isn't-
want. You gotta be
this
willing
isn't
to take the
defense.
hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
And people got the nerve to say this man can't act.
Yeah, for real.
Who
What the
says
fuck?
that?
Dude,
Bro.
look at that. Dude, it makes me want to fucking cry. Too bad I'm such a
I'm
fucking
always gonna love you no matter
toxically
what.
masculine male.
No matter what happens. You're my son. You're my blood.
And this man has fucking
You're the
done
best
a
thing
Rocky
in my life.
movie in every decade going back to
But until you start
almost 60s.
believing in
It
yourself,
was it 72
72, yeah.
72?
Yeah. It was. I remember because I was in a study
or
camp class.
74? Was it 74?
Um.
I'm talking about the first one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know.
So this man comes up with Rocky in the 70s, has Rocky in the 80s, which is arguably one of the most people, Rocky 4 is like the best one.
He has 2 Rockies in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He has two Rockies in the 70s, 2 Rockies in the 80s. Then he has a Rocky in the 90s, but that one was that was the weakest one. It didn't suck, but it was
Yeah.
where he's a trainer.
He's a trainer.
And he gets in a street fight. And then after that, in the 2000s, he has this one, Rocky
Yeah.
Balboa.
Yeah.
And then after that, he still keep pushing it with the spinoff with Creed. Like, it's just every fucking decade. And you know how we used to joke around with Fast and the Furious, like, what's next? They're gonna race in space, and they actually did.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same thing with this. Like, what's next? They're gonna fucking, you know. they're
Box the Martian.
Yeah.
But they did the right thing, right? Like, because you could say the Creed movie is a continuation of the Rocky franchise, but they like, I mean,
They
come on,
renamed
Sylvester
it.
Stallone's 70 years old. I
Yeah.
mean,
It's basically just a black Rocky that with a character that can't act as good. You know?
Yeah, pretty much. He can't
I
act
think
as
that-
good, and his background isn't like that crazy, you know.
someone's got a little hateration in this game.
Nah, ain't no hate. Look, man.
Yeah, I mean, he can't even like look at the. There's a clip of him getting punched.
Yeah, show the clip. Show the
Yeah,
clip.
clip of him
We're showing
getting.
the clip.
Yeah, show it like a good, 10 times.
Yeah.
Show it from every angle.
Yeah, you know.
Show the one in the movie, then show the other the real one with like the green screen in the back. So supposedly he got really knocked out in here, and I don't think that's true. I think he might have taken a real punch, but I don't think he got knocked out. I think they just do that to hype it up and to make the movie better. Like, oh, he got really knocked out. He didn't really get knocked out. If you really want to see him get knocked out, he could pull up anytime, any place, and get knocked out.
No, yeah, for sure.
I think you got a little hateration.
Ain't no hate, bro. I admit that this scene was good right here. I really enjoyed this part of the film.
Backgrounds watching and action.
Now,
He did get hit though, huh?
You got popped, yeah.
he didn't get hit hard enough, though.
Yeah, because it looks like when he threw it looks like he kind of.
Can you put the real
his
one?
arm?
You mean like the one from the film?
Yeah, with the slow motion and like when the blood comes out. You know what I mean?
All right, let's do
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, you got it? Cool. He should have won an Oscar for that.
That's what's up. Boom. Cancelled.
Can't even take a fucking hit, bro. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah, bro. How do you?
You should have stomped him out right there.
Yo,
Alright, don't show when he gets back up.
Nah, now we gotta show the whole thing.
Nah.
We gotta show the whole thing because you a hater.
Yeah. First of all, as a referee, how do you even let someone get up? Dude, he's clearly fucking asleep.
I mean, Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, that's different.
Yeah.
That was a good movie though.
It was cool. It was cool. The first one was cool. The second one, honestly, no hand shit. It was I wasn't crazy about it. I feel like they're doing too much of a Rocky. They gotta twist it a little bit. You know, it's like you're gonna fight the Russian dude's son.
Yeah.
And what's part 3? Mr. T son?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Creed just got to go on his own journey at this point, man. He needs his own. He has his own beef. He needs to fight his own Russians.
Yeah.
Maybe his will be like a Chinese.
Nah, they should make
character.
him like fight like a Puerto Rican villain boxer.
Puerto
That's
Rican.
like, slightly better looking than him or something, you know?
Oh, all right. You know what?
There's gotta be one out there somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder.
Yeah,
wonder if we can find one
that
of
could
those.
act better too, you know?
Act better, yeah.
But back to the Rocky Balboa. It was cool. I like the concept of it. I like that it was a washed up old dude that a little something sparked where he saw like a bullshit like they did like an imaginary fight, and then he started going, I wonder if I could take this guy. And I think that does happen a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I think when Mike Tyson just starts putting some fucking boxing gloves, they go, I wonder what I could do. And you know, they showed it. And I like that if it finishes with him losing the fight and just leaving out all happy, because it goes like, oh, if he was young, he would have taken him. So I like that they put that little twist at the end.
Yeah, which I mean, I think is cool too about Rocky in general, is that he doesn't win like every fight in the fucking movies. You know?
Yeah,
What's his official record?
His official, you know what? Look that up.
Yo, Rocky's official record.
Let's go to number 1, because that's actually what sparks the movie.
Yeah.
Is his official record.
Yeah, which number 1 is fucking.
You got the drum.
Oh yeah, wait, nobody knows what it is yet.
I'm sure no one will guess.
Rocky, part 1. Now, this is the one with the least action, but
The most story.
the most story.
Yeah. All right, hold on. Rocky's official record. Let's see, official record. All right, Rocky retired at 2 times. Oh, what the fuck?
It's 57 and 23.
57
with one
and-
draw.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, against Apollo.
Against Creed, yeah.
Yeah.
57 and 1 draw. Holy shit.
But look, he's 57 wins, 51 KOs.
Damn.
You-
Alright.
You know what? That's still an accomplishment, man. You know.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, when you do win, you win in spectacular fashion. That's what's up.
Exactly.
He said, "I don't leave it to the judges."
But that just means that when he fought Creed the first time, he had like 20 losses
Close
already.
to 20. Yeah, because he started off, he was just, what was he? He was a fucking enforcer.
Yeah,
Put
he's
him
a
out
mob enforcer.
in
Yeah.
Philly.
But he was a pro. He had pro fights already.
Yeah. And he had pro fights. And I think, does it start with him losing? Or winning? I can't remember.
I think he's trying to get another pro fight.
Yeah, he's trying to get fights, and they're
And-
like, "You're washed up, kid."
And sometimes that shit happens in real life, bro.
Yeah.
Like Apollo Creed was like, yo, we need a guy that's entertaining, that we know we could run through, and that the people will love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reese and fucking Anthony Joshua, bro. It doesn't
Yeah.
get any more. Literally, this dude looks like fucking Apollo, bro. Like
Yeah.
just shredded, this undefeated, knocking everybody out. Then the dude that he was gonna fight got busted for steroids, and now you need a fight.
Mm-hmm.
You're still gonna fight at the same time.
Yeah,
now you just need
booked,
somebody.
Yeah, they already booked the venue. They already cut
Yeah.
some checks, man.
So
Someone's fighting.
If you had to go through a list of who to fight, you gonna pick this fucking marshmallow looking motherfucker.
I know, but Rocky would have been a completely different movie, right? If Rocky Balboa got in the ring with Apollo Creed, and then Apollo Creed accidentally hit him with his.
We'll be back experiencing extreme levels of stupidity.
I said no, 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 no.
Let's talk about Rocky, right?
Yo, hey,
Yo, say it when he's here. Say it when he's here, son. Keep that same energy. Andy Reese, right?
Yeah.
They picked a dude that he's fat, but he got skills, and then pulled off the Rocky Balboa in real life. So it's
Yeah.
kind of cool when you watch it in a movie and then you fucking watch it in real life.
Yeah.
The only difference is that fucking he could have attempted to repeat, and instead he came back to the ring fatter.
Yeah, no, that's motherfucker, man.
The second fight was anti-Rocky.
Yeah, anti-Rocky, bro. Oh, and no, actually, it was very Rocky.
Yeah, because he kept getting his ass whooped. He was getting
No,
fucking
it was Rocky Part 3. Remember in Rocky Part 3 where he's in the ring and the cameras around him, and then the girl's kissing him on the cheek, and then his trainer's like, "You think whatever Mr. T's character was, you think he's gonna fucking kiss you on the cheek, you know?"
Yeah.
And then you got Mr. T just, you know?
Yeah, just fucking,
So the same thing actually happened to fucking Andy Reese.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not on the next fight. On the very next fight.
Yeah, on the very next fight. And he literally fucked up hundreds of millions of dollars. Because if he would have kept on winning, like, you know.
Yeah. Because then, like, he would have to fight. Like, Fury would have to fight him.
Fury
and that's
has
gonna
to
be
fight
a
him.
huge fight, yeah.
Fury has to fight him.
Wilder would have to fight him.
Wilder has to fight him.
Yeah, that's
you know?
like big money fights.
Yeah.
So why? I don't understand.
And
But-
even if you lose him, now you can fight Usyk or whatever, but you got bank.
I mean, he made me like $90 million, dude.
Who?
Andrew Reese. Yeah,
on the second fight.
Yeah, when he fought.
So for the first one, he made millions of dollars too, but it was probably like $5 million. I don't know the exact number, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But if he would have pulled off beating him after the $90 million paycheck, it would have just been hundreds of millions of dollars. It's a difference between him being worth, I don't know, like $100 mil maybe, and being worth like fucking $400 mil, you know?
Yeah.
The thing about Anthony Ruiz is you wanted him. You wanted to.
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
wanted to root for this guy.
First Mexican heavyweight. Not born in Mexico, but from Mexico.
Yeah. And you know, that's kind of interesting. I saw this podcast. It was with De La Hoya and Mike Tyson, and he was talking about how like that. There's a huge difference in that. You know, when he beat Chavez Sr., like Mexicans hated him. Yeah. They're like, you fucking beat our champion. He's like, dude, I'm fucking Mexican too. Like how come you guys aren't happy for me?
He fought in the Olympics, not for Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still like, as long as he still represented his country, you know, he represented the country of his family every time he fought. So it's not like he was just all like Team America, you know. And like it's crazy that like I feel like it changed a little bit when Ruiz won, but it's just because Ruiz. There's not a lot of heavyweight Mexicans.
And it wasn't the loss that people are upset about. Is how he lost, why he lost. He didn't take it seriously. You get like people joke on you because you fat, but now you a fat dude with 4 belts on you. But now you step into the second fight and you fatter, and you lost. Like he's party. He didn't take it seriously, and I think that's why. That's why people are upset with him. Yeah. But if he would have went in there and just banged down, gave it his all, and still lost, he would have got the respect. Like, yo, we appreciated him for the moment we had him, and it is what it is.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, because he was a fat dude, you know, like it made you. If you were a chubby guy, you're like, motherfucker, what's up?
Yeah,
he is out there.
They're like,
that's the champions of the world, baby.
I can do this. I can do this.
You wanna fucking fuck with tons of fun?
Yeah. Like you go back home, you drink your fucking your beer and your cake, and then it's like, what, Anthony Ruiz?
Yeah,
hey, what are you talking about?
Yeah, you're over there like, shit, man, maybe I should get the large fry, man.
Like, look at the champions that, like you look at Anthony Joshua, just shredded like crazy. It's like, fuck, I can't just become 6'6" and just 250 pounds solid muscle. But if you're Andy Ruiz, you're like, man, that's what's up, bro. Like, you fat, he's fat, and
you're like,
everybody's fat.
Yeah, you're like, yeah. And you know what's crazy? You know, fucking Sylvester Stallone sold his dog to make this movie.
Yeah, and he bought him back.
And he bought him back.
Yeah.
Like, I think you were the ones telling me, like, they wanted to buy the script off of him, right? And you said, like, unless I could play Rocky, I refuse to sell the script.
Yeah. And so they wanted somebody else for it, and they're like, nah, bro, I'm Rocky. If not, and then they're like, you're nobody, bro. Like, who are you to tell us? So fine, then we won't go through with it. And he said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna figure it out. And then it took some time, and then they went back to him, and they're like, you know what, fine, fuck it. This is such a fucking great script that we're gonna have you in it. And look what he did.
Yeah.
And now can you picture somebody else being Rocky?
No, never.
You know, imagine you give that thing to Vin Diesel. He'll be undefeated every fucking fight.
He'd be like, he'd find new ways to keep beating fucking.
You know what I'm saying? And this one, it shows the win, the losses, the fucking ties, him knocking out, him getting knocked out. You know, the ups and downs, everything when it got to his head. It's like the fucking. The boxing Bible, bro.
So we're talking about boxing films.
Yeah.
But Rocky, just as a film, where does it stand in your list?
Number 1.
Number 1?
Of all time?
No, of all time. Like any film.
Oh!
Any film? Damn. I mean, it's up there, man. It's definitely... Damn.
It's just too many of them. I just put all of them in one.
No, but I mean, like Rocky.
Oh, the original Rocky.
The original Rocky.
Man, that's just top 10.
That's top 10.
Yeah,
that's top 10, bro.
Yeah, that's top 10.
Yeah, that's top 10.
Yeah. And the only thing I don't like about Rocky is that somehow they have a statue of fucking Rocky.
Oh, yeah, the Bill Burr. Yeah. That's the Bill Burr joke.
Yeah, but they don't have fucking... Dude, Sonny Liston is from fucking Philly. He's a...
Bernard Hopkins from fucking Philly. Joe Frazier's from fucking Philly. Like, they got a lot of fucking talent, bro. Yeah. Even in today's time, they still got that Rosado guy, you know.
Gabe Rosado?
Yeah, Gabe Rosado, Danny Garcia. Philly produces a lot of great boxers.
Yeah, but somehow, all those fucking boxers, dude... He played a boxer so fucking good that they're just like, you know what, man? Fuck all of them. We're gonna
fuck all of them, and we're just gonna put a 5'6" Italian dude. Wasn't that Bill Burr said? Yeah. Like, you guys are so fucking racist. And then you got one with a. It was written. you know, if he's gonna win or lose, and he's still got a bad record. You know? But you know what's funny? Rocky's imaginary. But he's not, because you go to every boxing gym and you got Mike Tyson, you got fucking Trinidad, Cesar Chavez, and Rocky.
On the posters?
There's always a Rocky
They
poster.
somehow always manage to find a way to put fucking Rocky in there.
I'm pretty sure it's illegal to have a boxing gym without a poster.
There's at least one Rocky poster.
But you know what? Let's talk about a couple of the real life boxing moments.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, we can't talk about real life box moments without fucking the GOAT, fucking Mike Tyson.
That's gonna be on the list, top 5 list when his movie comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's happening right now, right?
Jamie Foxx as the main actor. Come on, you can't ask for any more than this. Now I want to see Jamie Foxx pull this scene off right here. This is when Mike Tyson came back out of prison, served 3 years.
Yeah, for some
in
bullshit.
prison.
Yeah.
And he goes and after he comes out of prison, he has to bury his best friend. So he had gotten one fight. I'm not sure if this is his first fight after prison. I think it's second, but whatever. He didn't really even train, and he knocks the dude out in like fucking 30 seconds.
No shit.
And you want to see who do this?
What's up? I want to see Jamie Foxx pull this one off.
Always confusion with Mike Tyson, who's standing by with Jim Gray. Jim?
Yeah. Okay, thank you, Steve. Mike, was that your shortest fight ever?
I bear witness there's only one God, and Muhammad, blessings and peace be upon him, is his prophet.
Hold on.
I dedicate this fight to my brother, Darryl Brown.
Just fast forward to when he says, whatever, it's just already there.
Who died. I'll be there to see you. I love you with all my heart. All praise be to my children. I love you.
He didn't even answer the question.
Yo, the whole time.
That's your shortest
He
fight
said
ever?
what?
Anytime, amateur, professional, ever?
Assalamu alaikum.
I'll be scared to interview him, yo. Like, this is my job. You know, he's
I don't know, man. Yeah,
You just be saying
Lennox Lewis,
shit.
Lennox, I'm coming for you.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8
For
seconds?
this fight, I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight. I had to bury my best friend. And I dedicated this fight. I wasn't going to fight. I dedicated this fight to him. I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lennox is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat his children. Praise be to Allah.
Are you saying now, Mike, that Mike...
Walked out. Like, yo, what was the fucking question?
He's like, what was the question? I'm just like, you know what, man? I gave up on trying to get an answer to that.
This dude, life is crazy, and he just has way too many moments to all fit in one fucking podcast. We're gonna have to do another episode just based on this guy's life. You know, he went from fucking Brownsville, Brooklyn, getting arrested so many times in juvenile center. Muhammad Ali walks in one day. A fucking nice guy, Muhammad Ali. You don't gotta go to no fucking juvenile center. And if it wasn't for him walking into that juvenile center that day, we probably would have never had Mike Tyson.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And then he got introduced to Cus D'Amato, and then the rest was history.
Yeah, man. Like, it's crazy to think that this dude, like, was asked the question. Not only did he not answer it, he answered it with fucking gibberish. But it sounded so badass.
That answer was better.
Like, I feel like he just had those bars in his head, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. Any opportunity given to me, I'm gonna say this shit.
Cus D'Amato kind of created a monster, you know?
Yeah.
he told him, you a conqueror, you this and that. You see the books that the guy was reading about Alexander the Great and Genghis Khan and all that. And, I mean, fuck.
Yeah.
They conquered.
Yeah, he fucking conquered, man. Yo, this dude wants to conquer so bad.
But then it was... Oh, God, my bad.
No, dude, he still wants that third fight with Holyfield.
Yeah.
Don't give a
It's
fuck.
just like, you could put him on to reach that level, but now, like, take him off of that is the hard part. And then you saw what happened with his life later on.
Yeah, you know, he's going to be fighting even when he's got Parkinson's
Then
and shit.
we got another GOAT right here.
Oh, which one doing? Oh, Camacho.
Hell yeah, Anthony Camacho right here.
Yo.
Now you gotta let this one play out. Alright, like yo, this shit. When I first saw this, I gotta watch the documentary. I haven't seen it, but yo, I laughed my ass off. I kept on rewinding this shit, like tears was coming out of my eye, bro. Fuck, man, this shit was funny.
Oh.
Press play. What? Before you press play, you clearly see a black dude behind him, right?
Oh, wait, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 black people in this picture.
And look at this Puerto Rican dude right behind him. Look at his face, bro. So, yo, this guy look like...
This is like we're going to get our asses beat right
Press play.
The difference between it should be presenting blacks here.
He looks right at him.
Pause it.
Yo, look at him. He looks right at the guy.
So he goes, let me see if there's any blacks here. Looks behind on both sides and completely misses that there's like 4 black dudes behind him.
Blade is literally right there. How the fuck you missed that?
Press play.
It should be presenting blacks here. Okay, African American has the behavior, and then you get the nigger behavior. You know, and that's the behavior that Mike Tyson has around his entourage, and it scares people.
He's like, yo, shut the fuck up, bro.
People don't know how to deal with it.
You just say that.
Right?
He looked at the black guy behind him like, there's a black guy.
And then, that's what that can go.
Look at the dude laughing.
You know, and promote stuff, you know? But not because of that either. I don't know what I just said, you know? I'm into politics, right?
Pause it.
That's what Mike's problem is. They got too
Oh,
many
okay, so
niggas
it got the other one where he apologizes. All right. So,
They need more African American.
first thing is like, the fact completely makes sense. I completely understand this nigga right here. He absolutely makes 100% of fucking, it makes fucking sense, right? But it's just funny that it comes out of a nigga. You don't get any more nigga than this. And what he's talking about, it doesn't have to do with race or nationality. It's just, he's a nigga. This nigga's a nigga. And if he would have listened to his own advice, he would have been alive today. But what happened? He was hanging out with a fucking drug dealer, and then he got hit, the car got shot up, and he was in that same car. So he should, and you know, his life had fucking spirals, and yeah. So fast forward to the apology. You gotta hear this dude's apology, bro. So this happened maybe like a week later. I'm not sure the time on it, but he sat down. People went up to him like, bro, you can't say that. The fuck you talking about? Like, you can't just be saying shit like that, yo. Like, yo, next time just think about it. Let us know, and then we'll tell you what we could do, how we can make it sound better, right?
And this is the worst part.
And then he went and thought about it,
Yeah.
and it was like, all right, I got it. Everybody's confused on it. I'm gonna make it clear for everybody.
But this is the shitty part. I'm sure, like, he had enough money. Someone probably wrote a speech for him to fucking say.
I don't think he did that. If you listen to the speech, I don't think anybody wrote it. I think he's like, yo, I got it.
No, that's the thing. Someone probably did. He's like, that's stupid. I'll just say what else on my mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, he was still making money, and he was still in the project, so.
Oh,
Are you playing it?
Yeah, play it.
Okay, the fight is... And I also want to clear up a little statement.
Yeah, clear it up. Clear it up for everybody. Everybody's confused. They don't get it.
Okay, when I made the comment about Mike Tyson, okay, they asked me, what you think about Mike? What's going to happen to Mike? I said, Mike is a very unhappy character because instead of having classy African-American people
Thinking about
class
it?
to make them look good,
all right.
You know?
I'm with you so far.
He got all this nigga attitude around home. He just act the way he does.
He literally just repeated the same shit that everybody got on his case for, yo. He looked up at the fucking ceiling. That means he was thinking. And I was like, nah, yeah, I got it. All right.
He's like, if I just say the same speech over again, but slower, people will get it.
Yo, but I mean, what do you expect from a guy that has a big ass chain that says macho on it and a little fucking Jerry curl?
Yo,
what?
I got a story about that Jerry curl.
Is he right though? Was he right? Did Mike Tyson not do that though?
I mean,
look at Mike Tyson's life. He was right.
Mike Tyson could have used some better friends.
Yeah, for real. I mean, yeah, apparently people were taking all his money. He was paying people's rent. He was buying people cars and shit.
There's crazy stories with Mike Tyson, just giving out fucking money, like, it's crazy. He said he's more free now that he doesn't have money, but I mean, now he got money again.
He got money again, he's selling weed and shit.
Once you're a legend, you can never be broke, bro. What were you gonna say about the curl?
Oh, yeah, so, when Oscar De La Hoya beat this guy, he, what is it called? They had a bet that he could take his curl if he fucking wins the fight. So, obviously, De La Hoya wins the fight, and he wants to go collect his fucking curl. And he's like, no, please, man, don't take the curl. Don't take the curl. And you know he's not up with the scissors, and he's like, I guess his corner and his trainer's like, please don't take his curl. I'm thinking, man, that would have been the greatest fucking trophy you get from any fight. That's better than any fucking belt. Imagine when you're an old man and some fucking your grandson's like, what? Why do you have this piece of hair in a bag? And he's like, don't touch the hair.
That's like fucking.
It's kind of weird.
What the curl?
That De La Hoya wanted to collect on that.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah, that's the
biggest flex he could do. That's like taking Thanos' fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Camacho.
That's like taking Michael Jackson's leather glove or that white glove shit.
Hey,
that's like taking Holyfield's ear.
Yo, you just would have wilted. He's like, oh.
Yeah.
As soon as you cut it, man, it's like the locks of Samson.
You know, entertaining, and I'm glad to see there's a lot of newbies, new Puerto Rican boxers. You know that got potential. There were some that just went a different route. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Some of those new Puerto Rican boxers are killers, yo.
Yeah.
In the ring. Killers.
In the ring.
And some, both. Allegedly.
And I'm not ill on the man's name.
There's no video out there that he did that.
Yeah,
you know, I gotta see the court.
Actually, I think there is.
Oh, there's a video.
Damn, son.
Damn,
yo, I was trying to help this dude out. Yo, bro.
You Puerto Ricans are wild, bro.
They got a fucking video on this guy?
I think that's how they busted him, like with video of his car
Allegedly.
driving.
Oh.
Let's just say who we talking about so we're clear.
Alright.
It's Verdejo, right?
Felix Verdejo.
Okay. Yeah. Supposedly they got video of him driving onto the bridge.
Who driving? Some dude with his fucking eyebrows done. Nigga, that could have been me. Yo, that could have been me, son. We don't know that is him.
Yeah, I mean, what type of guy would kill a woman, then throw her off a bridge, and then shoot her after you've thrown her off the bridge?
Yeah, that was my thing. It's like, you beat the... Yo, and you know what's crazy? The man was worth $30 million. He did not need to do all that. But that just shows, like, everybody focus, oh, this guy beat the shit out of his side girl. Oh, he fucking threw her off a bridge. Oh, he emptied the clip after she landed on the water. And, oh, he's a horrible guy, and this and that.
Yeah.
That just shows how much he loved his
Yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
You'll be back experiencing extreme levels of stupidity.
I said na 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 no 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 no.
What? Why did that look? I knew it was coming. What? That just. He just loves the woman so much. Alright? Yo, he loves the woman so much, he's gotta kill the bitch.
You never been in love, homie? The Lord will do that shit to you, right?
Yeah, look at Eminem. Eminem had to kill Kim.
Damn, son. He was a lawyer, well, not lawyer, but he really not. He's good.
Alright.
I just like this song.
That is a cool song.
Yeah. So,
The
alright.
Yankee version one's pretty cool too.
What?
Save it for another episode.
Oh shit. Alright, so what else do we have? Oh! The fucking one of the greatest boxers of all motherfucking time.
You got something else? What?
We do Mayorga?
Oh, Ricardo, do we have a video?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, this was a movie in real life, cause it also, like Creed, had a lot of bad actors. And in this case, it was Sugar Shane Mosley's hot-ass wife. Now, you're gonna be that hot, but you're not gonna be, you suck at acting. And she kind of, to me, it was obvious it was staged.
Yeah.
But guy hit the... Whether it was staged or not, this dude was entertaining as fuck. Straight out of Nicaragua.
Yeah.
This dude was just a street fighter, and awkward style was good enough. Had an iron chin, had power, and surprisingly still had pretty good stamina, and was able to capture a belt. And the dude he took the belt from beat Sugar Shane Mosley when he was undefeated, and then he took the belt from Vernon Forrest. Rest in peace of Vernon Forrest. And after that, he was so entertaining that he was able to just get fights with Trinidad, get fights with Oscar De La Hoya, and he knows he got no business in there with those guys, but he was able to get all his money, and then, if he knew English, shit would have been on a whole different level. But he made his stack of money, and then at the end of the day, like all the great fighters at the time, you just lose it to Don King. Don King just stole this shit, man.
That motherfucker.
All right, we're gonna play the.
Go ahead. Let's play.
All right.
Wait, that's not Sugar Shane Mosley's girl. That is?
Yeah, that's Mosley's girl.
Oh, so I got it confused with another girl because he had another hot girl. But
oh, yeah.
I guess Sugar Shane just stayed winning.
Whoa!
What do you think? You tell me the same? Yeah, that's a little overacting right there.
Fucking kidding me, you goddamn idiot!
You goddamn idiot! What the fuck? Oh my god!
So explain what happened there.
So she bent down. I don't know why she was in the middle of the promotion.
Yeah,
but
bro.
she bent down and he slapped her ass.
Yeah, she was doing the face-off. Like, first of all, I don't understand. She wasn't Mosley's promoter or anything like that. Like,
yeah.
I don't know what she had no business doing the face-off.
He definitely couldn't get away with that now. And that was back in like.
Yeah, look at he just went for it.
What do you think? Y'all think it's staged or what?
No, that's super staged, man.
Yeah, it's staged.
Yeah,
I think it's staged.
It's either staged or they just let that happen in front of Mayorga knowing what he was gonna do.
But what wasn't staged was like him just smoking right after the fight.
Oh, dude.
In a limo with a belt.
Yeah, he was in the fucking thing with the belt, smoking a cigarette. A fucking boss, man.
And letting people punch him in the fucking chin. He let Tito Trinidad punch him twice.
Yeah,
and he stumbled. He tried to play it off like he was dancing.
No, he hit him with the salsa moves.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. Anything else you wanted to add?
No.
No.
Alright, well, thank you guys for tuning in to this episode of 2 Thumbs All the Way Up. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and keep those thumbs all the way up.